This is officially my second video, and I'm kind of, I'm not ticked off. I recorded this video just a minute ago and it didn't go well. My audio was all messed up. But it actually is pretty cool that it went this way, because my whole monologue and whole rant was about trying. And it's something a lot of you fellas, maybe you haven't even done before, is the fact that you have to try at things. And so this is about trying. This video is about trying. And what could you do as a man but try? If you're a man, you try. You don't worry about failing. You worry about winning. But above winning, you worry about trying. And that's kind of what I was getting at in my video that got deleted, or my audio was fucked up. But it's pretty crazy that now we live in a world that's so easy for us to actually try things. There's so many tools, there's so many different outlets that we could actually try, but we don't. You stay on your video games, you stay on your porn, you stay on social media, you intake all the media that your little brain could handle, instead of actually trying, instead of actually doing something that you know in your heart you should be doing. And I don't mean, maybe it's coming on social media, maybe it's going to the military, maybe it's performing, maybe it's being an athlete, but you know what you should be doing. But our attention span is so small. And it's meant to be that way. People in the world want it to be that way. Because if it wasn't that way, then you'd have a lot more people trying to accomplish something. They'd be trying to accomplish some sort of thing that actually works. But that can't happen. Not as long as you play victim. Not as long as you stay in your little bubble and make your little excuses and look at other people and judge other people for the fact that, oh man, that was so hard for him and he had so much adversity, and it's not even worth it. It's not even worth my time to even do that. I'm in sales. I was an athlete. I started social media without a fucking clue of where it would go. And I still actually don't know where it will go. But at the very least, I can say, even if I'm not giving it my 150% all, I can say this. I can say that I've tried. But in my experience of going through all these things and interacting with a lot of people, especially in sales, the number one thing when people don't want to try, the number one thing is that comfort is always going to outweigh the potential outcome of getting to something greater. That something greater is more than comfort. That something greater means more to the overall society, to the overall community, to their overall friend, close-knit group, to their overall family, than that of comfort. But they don't realize that, because everybody on earth in some form or fashion is very selfish. And we have to be selfish. We have to be selfish in certain contexts. I get that. But this is dated back for all of human history, is that we don't even take into account that trying, actually doing something to outweigh that stillness, doing something to outweigh that comfort, is actually the right thing, even if we're going to fall on our face and fail. Because falling on our face and failing for us that's an easy win. That's an easy win for other people to see, hey, he failed, but here's what I could do. And here's what I could do to propel this thing. Failing is also an easy win for yourself. Because then if you're smart, then you can go, hey, I failed, but I'm going to come back and do this a second time, and a third time, and a 67th time to actually do it differently, do it better. That's what it's all about. You have losing, you have winning, but nobody wants to actually think about trying. That's as Andrew Tate as you can get. This is directly from Andrew Tate. This is right. This is right from him. But it's the absolute truth. Lots of people, most people, are so afraid, and you know this is a cliche, but so many people are so afraid of failure that they give no effort at all. If you're listening to this, and if you're hearing, then you could actually conceptualize and identify what other people around you could be going through in their minds to prevent themselves from trying. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to actually recognize. Your ego gets in the way from trying. Your ego says, if you try, you will fail. And failure is really, really bad. Failure leads to judgment. Failure leads to overall just bad stuff. It's different for everyone. But that's just false. Trying is an art. Trying actually takes manhood. It actually takes something within yourself that a lot of people don't find, and a lot of people bullshit through actually trying. Oh, I'm trying, and oh man, I've tried so hard. I've tried so hard to just make it through. You will know within yourself if you're trying or not. I'm making this video for you, but for me as well. Because now, via so many influences in my life and so many trials and errors, I've recognized I've failed at doing this, but I've tried, but then I failed, but then I failed even greater. I did worse than failing by not even trying. So this video is for me as well as you. But It's just crazy because you hear these things and it's like dopamine talk. Dopamine talk, oh man, what am I going to do tomorrow after I hear one of these videos? I'm going to take off and I'm just going to instantly, I'm going to start something and then it's going to go really, really well. Bullshit, it's not. You're going to try something tomorrow, you're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to try something tomorrow, you're going to embarrass yourself in front of your whole community, in front of your whole friends, in front of your family. If you actually try. If you pour your heart and soul into something early on, the adversity that you face, if it actually means something, that's why nobody does it. Because in ourselves, our ego is telling us if I do this thing, then we'll get judged a certain way, and that's true. And the reason behind that is because everybody else is the exact same way as you. Because they don't try. They just like to watch. They just like to judge. Everybody likes to be the judge. I love to be the judge. It's fun to be the judge. You're in your peanut gallery and you're having a lot of fun. You can make your bets. You can count up the scores. You can do all these things based on judgments, based on statistics. And it's really fun. But is that the point? Is that the point for your life, to sit back and judge others for trying? And to make all these conspiracy arguments that, oh, it's he succeeded because of blah, 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 it's all rigged and stuff like that. That's the second point of all the doubt that's going on. So even if you win, you can't even win in the eyes of others. But maybe, just maybe, the people who actually win and the people that are actually driving society forward, maybe they don't give a flying fuck about that. Maybe all the judgment from others is just non-existent. There's always going to be some form that hits you, but maybe they've just blocked it out enough to go, hey, in my mind, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to do what God has told me to do, that has been put within me, all these other experiences that have led up to this moment. I'm going to act upon that. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to take some time, actually think about that, and then think about how I can impact others in a positive sense and try. Your family, your friends may judge you initially for trying, but it's okay. And you have to be okay with that. You have to have mercy for them. You have to have understanding that this is, throughout history, everybody has been laughed at some point. That becomes great. Noah and the ark, baby. Noah and the ark. He's getting messages from heaven, from God. He's getting laughed at for building this big boat. That big boat was a masterpiece. It ended up being the only thing to save humanity. We don't have to go through as much extreme at all. We're babies. we have it so good, and you're still afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try. If you're watching this video, look internally. Do not be afraid to try anything. Know what you have to do. And even if you don't know the end goal yet, think to yourself, the worst I could possibly do is not even try. The best thing I could possibly do is just give it some energy.